अभी होगा, अभी आप मैं
वो
म्यूट
मुझे
करती
दिखा
हूँ।
रहा है प्रिपेयरिंग टू लाइव स्ट्रीम द वेबिनार,
हाँ।
और कुछ लोड हो रहा है। या आई थिंक एवरीथिंग इज फाइन। ओके। Hi, everybody. Good evening. Just give me a confirmation you all can hear me. Good evening, everybody. Okay, somebody saying I can't hear you. Just wait. I'm also just checking myself. Just give me a second. Yeah. Hello. Just give me a quick confirmation you all can hear me. I can see you all in the chat now. Okay, I'm audible now, and I think I'm visible also. So, as I promised, today will be the topic of installments. Okay, just let me give you a little bit background about installments. Installment is not asked too frequently in CAT. It is asked in some of the years, but it is not a topic which a lot of people get scared of. A lot of people get unnecessarily scared of installment so much that, oh, it's a very difficult topic. How do I manage? All that is not needed. Okay, so let's start with some basic concepts first. So first understand that whenever we talk about installments for CAT, it is always through compound interest, never simple interest. It is always compound interest. First thing very clear, installments will always have compound interest. Fine, everybody? Now, so we need to know one basic formula for compound interest. That is a formula for amount. What is amount ka formula? Amount is equal to P into 1 plus R upon 100 raised to N. This is the formula for amount. Good evening, everybody. I'm still hearing some good evenings in the chat. So, yeah. Amount is equal to 1 P into 1 plus R upon 100 raised to N. We need to know this formula. I think everybody is comfortable knowing this formula. This is the formula when a compound interest is there, how to find amount, right? Now, let's understand the concept of installment. Now, I'm going to make a small story over here. So, everybody just pay attention to the story. Suppose I borrowed some money from you. Let's say I borrowed rupees 60,000 from you on, say, 1st January 2026. On 1st January 2026, I borrowed 60,000 from you. Okay. And my plan was to return to you after, say, 2 years. I had borrowed all the money for 2 years. And my plan was that I will come back with all the money after 2 years. I will give you so actually I will give you so much. Suppose the rate of interest was 10% per annum. So the amount which I would have returned to you after 2 years would be 60,000 into 1 plus 10 upon 100 raised to 2. This will cut out. So this will come 60,000 into 11 by 10 raised to 2. You all can do the calculation. You all can leave it right now as it is. No big deal. 2 zeros will cut out. So it will become basically 600 into 121, which we can do orally. 6 ones are 6, 6 twos are 12, 6 ones are 6 plus 1, 7. So 7,26,000 was the plan to return. Fine, everybody. That's obvious. Okay, I'll just have to search for the chat. The chat has suddenly disappeared. Yeah, now I can see the chat. I don't use Hindi, Chandan, in my this. I always use English. Your CAT exam is going to happen in English, so I always prefer using English. Bring back practice exercise video solution. Practice exercise ka video solutions are always there. Nobody has removed them. Yeah, we've just started, Avinash. You not missed anything. We've just started. So suppose I came and borrowed 60,000 from you on 1st Jan 2026. It is on YouTube live, so it will remain on YouTube anyways, Avinash. So that's not a worry. I borrowed the money for 2 years and I was supposed to return to you this money on, say, 1st Jan 2028. That was the plan. Okay, so after 2 years, I was supposed to return this money. But suddenly in the middle somewhere, I got some extra money after 1 year exactly. After 1 year, when I get that money exactly, extra money in the middle, I thought of coming and returning to you. But you come and tell me, no, sir, that is not allowed. We had discussed that you will pay me so much money after 2 years. So don't pay me in parts, pay me everything together. And that is from where we always start our installment ka concept. This is what I had planned to return after 2 years. Suppose there is no down payment, I will come to the down payment part also, but let's assume abhi there is no down payment. Suppose X is the installment I'm paying you. I'm going to pay you in 2 equal installments. So the first X rupees, I'm actually paying you 1 year early. So look at it this way. This is your side and this is going to be my side. The calculations have to be same. On left-hand side and right-hand side, we should get the same answer. So the first X rupees which I want to pay you, actually I'm paying 1 year early. And when I am paying 1 year early than what I have planned to, the interest on that 1 year I should get. And the second X I am just paying on time. Let's have a look at this very carefully. I had borrowed 60,000 from you to pay you after 2 years. So therefore, this was the money I had planned to return. But instead of returning it in this way, I return it in some other way. The first installment, installment 1, which I return after 1 year, the interest on that for 1 year I will get, or the benefit of that I will get. And the second installment, if both the installments are same, is the installment I will pay and I will clear off all your debt. And this is the standard equation you will have every single time. Don't try to change anything in installment questions. Keep all installment questions by the same method. Let us assume if I had borrowed this money for 3 years. If I had borrowed this money for 3 years, then left-hand side will become 60,000 into 1 plus 10 upon 100 raised to 3. And if I'm returning in 3 equal installments, then I have to do X. This X, which I return at the end of 1 year, I'm returning 2 years earlier. I'm supposed to return after 3 years, but I'm returning after 1 year. So the 2 years interest benefit on that I will get, or the person who's returning will get. The second X, I will get 1 year benefit. And the last X, because I'm just returning on time, there is no benefit. And this becomes the equation. Obviously, we are not going to solve this because this was just a random example. So you might not understand, means we might not get exact whole answers. But is the equation thing clear? Everybody just have a look at this for 1 minute. If 3 years, 3 equal annual installments, then this is the method. If it is 2 years, over here instead of 3, 2 will come. And over here, this will not come, this whole thing, and only these two will come. Sudhanshu, 1 year, so you're going to return the same money. No, so there is no installment only in 1 year. In 1 year question, there is no installment. So Sudhanshu is asking what happens if it is 1 year. Now, if it was 1 year, you're going to return this money only. That's it. No installment. This is the money I will return. Amount. Okay. Quickly in the chat, everybody just let me know whether we are clear till here. Everybody, just yes, no at least. Is there any doubt? Because 99% of the questions will be done by exactly this concept. I will not change the concept. Because Abhi, the last year, we are just giving on time. No, I was supposed to pay after 3 years and I'm paying after 3 years. So why will I earn anything extra? I'm just returning on time. So I will not get anything extra in that. Clear, Abhi? Okay. Cool. Chalo, this is the very standard. You must have seen this question thousands of times. This is, I think, CAT 2018 question. But because it is the easiest installment question, I'm going to take it up first. John has borrowed 2,10,000 from a bank at 10% per annum. Okay, Dheeraj, I'll come to that part later. Don't worry. John has borrowed 2,10,000 from a bank at an interest rate of 10% per annum, compounded annually. Loan was repaid in 2 equal installments. So equal word is important. Installments are same. The first after 1 year and the second after another year. The first installment was this part. They don't need to tell us. Even if they did not tell us, it always means that the first installment was the interest of 1 year plus the part of the principal amount. So this, they don't need to tell us. Even if they don't tell us, the calculation is same. While the second one was the rest of the principal amount due interest thereon. Plus principal amount plus due interest thereon. Then how much is each installment? Okay. 35 DRM, whatever your name is. If the calculations are coming good, I will try solving that also. There's no problem. And there is no 15 years. You can't do 15 years over here because we are not going to, remember, CAT is not asking for 15 years. CAT is asking for maximum 3 years. Because 15 years, you can't do it over here. Okay. And what y'all are talking about, regular EMI, home loans and all, that's a different thing. Now, let's understand this. 2,10,000 borrowed for 2 years. So left-hand side becomes this, just the way I explained the formula behind. No change there. Equal to right-hand side, I'm returning X. I don't know how much I'm returning. That's the installment, X. The first X, I get 1 year ka interest benefit. And the second X, I'm just returning on time. Any doubts in this? Check this. This is 2 years. So 2,10,000 into 11 upon 10 square. That will become 121 upon 100. This will be 11 x upon 10 plus 1x. We can take LCM carefully over here. 2 zeros will cut. 2100 into 121. 10 LCM 21x. 21 will cut. 21 ones are 21 ones are 100 over here. 1,000 will 0 will go on top, so it will become 1,000. 1,000 into 121. X is 121,000. Very straightforward. Never try any stunts in installment question. You will always get it very easily if you don't try stunts. Any doubt in this? Any doubt in this, anybody? Cool. Let's go ahead then. Great. Next question. Same thing, but for 3 years. 3 equal annual installments. Same thing. I'm not changing anything in this. This is the is to be repaid. So 24400. Rate of interest is how much? 25% compounded annually. So 1 plus 25 upon 100 raised to 3 is equal to how much? X into, because this is 3, you will start with square. Second one raised to 1 and third X as it is. This is for 3 years. What is 25 upon 100? 1 by 4. So just let's make it 1 by 4 everywhere. Make the calculations easy. This will become 5 by 4. 24400 into 5 by 4 cube. 5 cube is 125. 4 cube is 64. Okay. Is equal to X into, this is also 5 by 4, 5 by 4 square. What is 5 by 4 ka square? 25 by 16. X into 5 by 4 plus X. Let's take LCM. All cutting I'll do at the same time later. 16 is the LCM. So I'll get 25X. 4 goes 4 times, so 20X. 1 goes 16 times, so 16X. 16 ones are 16, 4s are will cut out. 4 will cut here, 4, 6 are 1s are 0, 0. So we have 6100 into 125. I think this is 61X. Yes, 61X. 61 ones are 61. X is equal to 12,500. So the equal installment is 12,500. Now remember, these questions are only made that way that this number should finally cut over here. Like how this 61 is cutting over here. These questions are made only with that logic, that the number has to cut. Sometimes calculations are difficult, sometimes calculations are easy. Now I purposely kept one easy calculation and now one slightly same question, repeat question, but with slightly difficult calculations. Come on, I'm giving y'all 1 minute to try. Why don't y'all try for a minute first? Take 1 minute to try. Same question, but with slightly difficult calculation. Y'all want, y'all can use calculator at the end. There is no problem. $1,38,900 is the amount borrowed for 3 years. 138,900 into 1 plus 15 upon 100 raised to 3. In 3 equal annual installments. X into 1 plus 15 upon 100 square plus X into 1 plus 15 upon 100 raised to 1 plus X. 15 upon 100 is 5 3s are 5 20s are. So if you open the bracket, it becomes. Calculator should be avoided as far as possible, but when such questions come, you should always use calculator. 138,900. Numerator will be 23 cube. I don't know 23 cube orally, so I'm going to leave it as it is. But I know 20 cube orally, 8,000. So I'm going to cut, at least write that. Here, this is also going to become 23 upon 20 ka square. I know 23 square orally. So I'll write 529 upon 400 plus X into 23 upon 20 plus X. Achha, by the way, you could have done decimals also. There is nothing wrong in that, okay? You can do the whole thing with decimal. Good, Krishna. Nice. 138,900 23 cube upon 8,000. 400 is the LCM over here. So I get 529x plus 20 goes 20 times. So multiply by 20. So that becomes 460x plus 400x. What does the right hand side come? 400, 800, 800 with 1300, it comes, I think, exactly 1389. The right side comes exactly 1389. This 400 will cut here 20 times. So this will cut here exactly 20 times. This right hand side becomes exactly 1389x. So I'm just showing this calculation here only. So the 400 has cut out. So I don't have to show one whole step. And this is what you should do in exam also. You should not write the whole step again. 1389 will cut here 100 times. 100 divided by 20 will become 5. So your final answer is x is nothing but 23 cube into 5. Now 23 into 23, you know 529. 529 into 23, I would suggest in the exam you should do calculator. So when you multiply this whole thing on the calculator, it comes out to be 60835. Perfect. There's no problem, Krishna. So what Krishna is suggesting is also a good thought. He's saying, anyway, I want to use the calculator. So I would prefer using it right from step 1 only. So what he might have done, I'll show you. Everybody just pay attention till here. I'll show you that. Important thing is that finally it has to cut. Because see, it is not that it has to cut. Sometimes they can make a question where it will not cut and you might get an approximate answer. They might give you a decimal question and they might say, give me an answer approximately. That's also okay. There's nothing wrong in it. Okay. Just think, no, if this number was not 13890, if it was 1 lakh. So let's do that. Come on, since this 35 DRM, whatever your name is, has asked. So should we get, what if this question was 1 lakh? Let's see what are we getting the exact installment. We will get a very weird answer, but that's okay. We still want to do proper logic. So everything else will remain same. I will not change the whole calculation. If I just make this 1 lakh, now, new question. Suppose if this was 1 lakh. So what would happen? 1 lakh, 20 will go here. So we have 10,000, 10,000 divided by 2, 5,000. This will become. So we have 523 cube into 5,000 divided by 529. 23 cube into 5,000 divided by 5, not 529, 1389 divided by 1389. Now come on, I will also have to do it on the calculator only. $23 cube. So 23 cube is 12167 into 500 divided by 1389. Some small error. Into 5,000 it was, not 500, into 5,000. So the approximate answer which is coming out is 43,797.69. So now depending on how the options are, you can take a call and mark an answer accordingly. 43,797 or 798, whatever. Depending on how your options are, such questions they will always give you with options. Or even if they give you theta, they will tell you to mark to the closest whole number or whatever. Everybody clear? So remember, just because it did not cut doesn't mean the sum is wrong. We made a new question. We made this 1 lakh and we got a new answer. Nothing wrong with that. Let's see a slightly different question. Here, the installments are not equal. Method will not change. Remember, installments are not equal. Principal is given. Rate is given. First installment is 44,000. Second installment is X. And we need to find the value of X. So method will remain same, 80,000 into 1 plus, how much? 8%, right? So 1 plus 8 upon 100 raised to 2 is 44,000 was paid at the end of 1 year. So 1 plus 8 upon 100 raised to 1 plus X. That X, anyway, we have to not multiply by anything. So that X remains as it is. That is what we want to find. Again, make use of a calculator. $80,000 into 108 upon 100. So 108 into 108 upon 100 into 100 is 44,000, or bring it on the other side, minus only, minus this 44,000 into 108 upon 100 equals to X. So 4 zeros cut out. 108 into 108 into 8. 2 zeros cut out. 440 into 108 is equal to X. I am now using the calculator to get the answer. This is 93,312 minus 440 into 108 is 47520. That gives me X. 93,312. 45,792. Option B. Yeah, I'll show you that method also. I can show you for 2 years. No, there is one more method which you can use, but then the method changes, and that's why I didn't want to actually show that today. For 2 years, I always prefer using this method only, but if you want, you do one more method for all 2-year questions. So for example, what you can do it like a normal question. Suppose in 2026, I borrowed 80,000 at the rate of 8%. I'm showing you one more method for this question. What is 8% of 80,000? What is 8% of 80,000? 6,400. 6,400 is what I have to, is the interest. So the total which I have to pay now becomes 86,400. Out of which I'm already paying the first installment of 44,000. So in 2027, I will now pay the installment of 44,000. So I still have to pay 42,400. But I'm now going to pay next year. So again, I'll have to pay 8% on that. So 424 into 8. 8 4 are 32, 3, 16 plus 3, 19, 1, 33. I'll have to pay 3392 extra. And you get by this method also the same answer. Check this method, everybody. Everybody have a look at this method. Just give yourself 1 minute and check this method. Have you all understood? Chalo, can we go ahead? Come on, why don't you all try this question? Give yourself a minute and try this question. I'm going to wait for you all to try. Once somebody starts giving the answer in the chat, then I will do it. Is everybody who's there understanding this? But Devra, remember that method should be used only for 2 years. Yash has got the right answer. Good, Yash. Krishna, you made a small error in Rush. Devyani, you're wrong. Devyani, check one more time. 57,000 into 1 plus 20 upon 100 raised to 3. Right? They've said 3 annual installments. Now, the installments are such that the second installment is twice the first, third is 1.5 times the second. So if I take my first installment as X, that means I'll get X into 1 plus 20 upon 100 raised to 2 plus 2X into 1 plus 20 upon 100 raised to 1 plus last time 2X into 1.5, that is 3X. Now just solve it. Solving is same. This will become 6 by 5. So 57,000, 6 cube is 216 and 5 cube is 125. This will be also 6 by 5. 36 x upon 25. This is also 6 by 5. 6 by 5 into 2. So 12x upon 5 plus 3x. 25 is the LCM. So I'll get 36x plus 60x and plus 75x. 135 plus 36. 135 plus 36 is 171. So 57,000 into 216 upon 125. This will become 171x upon 25. 90, 90, 160, 160 plus 171. I think 57 threes will be 171. Yeah, 57 threes are. 57,000s are 57 threes are. 25 ones are 25 fives are. 3 ones are 372. And 5 ones are 5 200s are. So 14,400 is X. This is not the answer. Remember, this is not the answer because they've asked for what did Ananya pay at the end of the second year? That means they want the second installment. That means second installment was 2x and that will become 28,800. Double. Important part, if you are noticing what we are doing, is that every question, the method is not changing, or the method is barely changing. We really don't need to change the method too much. Now, somebody was asking me down payment. Okay. So suppose if I just have to make a random new question, okay, I'm just going to make some question based on this only. Any one of the questions which we just did. Okay, just let's go up and let's have a look at one. Suppose this question. So suppose I bought a washing machine. Somebody bought a washing machine which was costing 40,000, out of which down payment was 15,600. If the down payment is 15,600, what is the loan? Your washing machine was 40,000. If your down payment is 15,600, how much money have you borrowed? What is the loan amount? Come on quickly in the chat. Washing machine 40,000, down payment 15,600. So what is the loan amount? Subtract these two. That will become 24,400. And now the question can become exactly this question. 15,600 is a down payment, so your loan becomes 24. So basically, down payment is something which you are not taking on loan. Suppose a lot of people who buy a car nowadays, they buy a car of say 20 lakh rupees. When they make 20% down payment, which means out of the 20 lakh, they're paying 4 lakh down payment, and the remaining 16 lakhs is on loan. Are we clear? Cool. So down payment doesn't change anything. Everything else remains same. Let's have a look at one question where we want to find the rate. This time the rate is not given and we want to find the rate. Try using the same approach, then we will try to maybe make it better. Try using the same approach first. In all questions where we did 1 plus r upon 100. This time, because I don't know r, what I'm going to do, I don't want to write this whole thing again and again. If you want, just call this whole thing 1 plus r upon 100 as say I, and make your equation slightly easier to write. 50,000 rupees borrowed from a bank, certain rate of compound interest. So 50,000 into 1 plus r upon 100 के बदले में, the whole thing के बदले में we'll write I. So we'll get I square is equal to 27,500 into I plus 30,250. Now, obviously, we'll try and cut as much as possible. 0, 0 cuts out everywhere. I can see everything goes in 25. 25 2s are 50, 0, 0. 25 1s are 25 1s are and 0. 25 1s are 25 2s are 25 5s are. Still goes in 5. 5 4s are 0. 5 22. 5 25. So what have we got? We've got 40i square is equal to 22i plus 25. 40i square minus 22i minus 25 is 0. So I need two numbers whose multiplication is 1000. 25 into 40,000. And difference is 22. Difference should be 22. What are the factors? Somebody get me the factors for this question. Two numbers whose multiplication is 1000 and difference is 22. Nobody got the factors? Okay, is there a mistake somewhere? Yeah, I think there's a small error I made. So let's just cancel this out. My bad. 50,000 into 1 plus, sorry, 50,000 into I square is 27,500 into I plus 30,250. So first 0 cuts out, then 25. 25 ones are 25 5, 25 twos are 50, and 121. Here I had made a mistake. 25 ones are 25 ones are 0, 25 twos are 0. So nothing is cutting further. So our equation is 200I square minus 110I plus 121. Yeah. Now, listen to this very carefully. We need a multiplication of 121 into 2. That is 24200 and difference of 110. While doing such a calculation, what you should do, in your mind, you should forget these two zeros and forget this 10. That means I need two numbers whose multiplication is 242 and difference is 11. The factors will be 22 and 11. 22, 11 is 242. So your real factors will be minus 220I plus 200I. Sorry, not 200I. What did I tell you the factors over here? 110I. Plus 121 is 0. And solve it out. You will get the answer for I. Put that I over here. Okay. So if you solve this equation, you will get the answer, right? So what is common over here? We can see 20I is common. So I get 10I minus 11 plus over here 11 is common. 10I, this was minus 121 minus 11. So 10I minus 11 and 20I plus 11. This part will be discarded because this will give me negative answer. This is the answer we'll take. I is equal to 11 upon 10. What was I? 1 plus R upon 100 is 11 upon 10. Solve this answer. R is 10%. Now, ideally, what I will do in the exam situation, after this step, I am looking for options. If options are there. If it's a theta question, that's a different thing. But after this step, I am looking out for options. I will never sit and solve all this. It's a lot of waste of time. Is that clear, everybody? So after this step, you should be looking for options and make life easier. So exactly 45 minutes, what the plan was, short session, only covering installments. We've covered it completely, done 6, 7 good examples. Remember, the installment relation can be given in different ways. Always remember that. They can give you the relation, like how in this question, I gave you the relation in some part that the second installment is double of the first installment. Third installment is 1.5 times of the second installment. They can give you any relationship. They can give you different relationships, and they can give you something instead of 1, 2, 3. Like here it was, finally it was coming in this ratio, 1:2:3. Shruti, at this step, I would have used options as what I said. I would make this equation and I would then try to substitute options and check. Anyway, look at this. Because this comes as the way the numbers are, you should be able to make out, because of this 121 and 11, that the answer has to be 10%. Because 11 is, how does it come? 1.1 into 10. That way. So that way you should think. Okay. Krishna, I don't think so. Circles will come in today's masterclass. Today's masterclass will not have circles. Easily, Abhi, you can easily target installment questions in SimCats, in CAT, everywhere. If using this concept, you can easily target those questions. So don't worry about it at all. I think the session which we've done, 7, 8 questions of installment, covers all areas of installments for CAT. Okay, everybody. Thank you. Thank you so much.